It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Jen Cohen as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now, here's today's Countywide.
And welcome to Countywide. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Jen Cohen. Today we are talking with Lisa Sahady. She is the Regional Philanthropic Advisor for the Arizona Community Foundation of Yavapai County. Today the event we're going to talk about is the Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Night that is happening in both Prescott and in the Verde Valley. So it's really awesome. There's two of them this year. Yes. Lisa, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
You know, one thing I notice about philanthropic advisors, they all have these huge smiles on their faces.
It's, truly the best job, working with local nonprofits, working with private donors. And as I joke around, I get to give other people's money away.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun.
It is fun.
I think I would enjoy that. How long have you been working with the Arizona Community Foundation?
I've been there just over 2 years. Right. And it's just, when you find that fit, it's a very rewarding job and a great organization.
I bet. And you have nonprofits in your background.
Yes, right? I've worked in the nonprofit field for about 14 years now.
All right. That's great. That's got to be an interesting place to be.
It is, but with working for the Community Foundation, I get to work with all nonprofits. Instead of just focusing on one, I really get to look at all nonprofits and help them with sustainability so that they're here in the future. Right.
That is super important, the longevity of something.
Yes.
You have to have a plan. And of course, financial advice is a big one on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
Sure. And of course, giving away money, hey, what a great way to create a lasting impression upon the community. Now, tell us about the Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Night.
So Cash for College, it started over in the Prescott area in 2015. And knowing the rise in cost of student debt as students are exiting college, and knowing that there were scholarships out there that just weren't being given away. There was money just being left on the table, so to speak, because students didn't either know about them, they didn't understand how to apply for them, or it was just overwhelming trying to find the scholarships that a student met their criteria for. So we decided to bring scholarship providers and students together in a Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Night. And it's like a college or job fair.
Okay.
All the scholarship providers have their own tables, and students are encouraged to come in and walk through the event and talk with those providers. And it was such a huge success in Prescott that we, in 2016, decided to bring it over into the Verde Valley with the partnership of our affiliate in Sedona. And I have to say, through all of this, Yavapai College has been our partner. They host the event every year for us and just open their doors to us. It's amazing.
Wow. Now the event, is it a bit like a job interview when they come in? Do they need to be dressed because the people are thinking and deciding there, or is this informational only?
It's information only. It is, we hand out a booklet to everyone who comes in. We create a booklet. It is, I love our booklet. It's divided up by quote unquote region. And so we have some scholarships that are high school specific, and then they're specific to the area. Then it's maybe Quad City or Verde Valley. There's Yavapai County-wide scholarships and then statewide scholarships.
Okay, great.
And so as the students are looking through that booklet, they're able to identify, let me go talk to this provider or that provider. We give them a bag, lovely little canvas bag, ACF logo on it, and they gather that information. But we really encourage them, take this booklet, mark down those scholarships that you think you qualify for. Because most scholarships are going to open at the beginning of January, which is why we hold our event at the beginning of December. Gives them some time to prepare, get through finals, then they have their break, but they can start preparing for their scholarships because it's work. But we break it down for them so that it's easy for them to identify who they can go and talk to.
Right.
And it's information gathering. But I'll tell you, those scholarship providers, when they start reading those applications, remember those kids, or those students, I should say, because they're not all kids.
Right.
Remember those students that they spoke to at our event.
Well, there you go.
It's really
so
neat.
don't go in your pajamas.
No, don't go in your pajamas, but you don't need to be in a suit and tie either.
Right. Right, that is true, with your little briefcase, though it would be cute and make you memorable. Now, the event, so there's two of them. One is happening at the Yavapai College Gymnasium on Sheldon Street, Building 2, on Monday, December 3rd, from 5 to 6:30. That's the one happening in Prescott. Then there's the one happening at the Verde Valley campus. That's happening on December 4th, again from 5 to 6:30.
Right.
So you've got two events. One now, would there be any reason to go to both?
There's not necessarily reason to go to both. We have several of the county-wide scholarship providers and statewide providers that attend both events. And then the more local specific, are obviously separated. I'm there as well as my cohort, Tracy McConnell from ACF of Sedona, to answer any questions. If there's a Yavapai County or a statewide provider that's not present at one or the other, we can answer questions about those scholarships.
Oh, excellent. And when we talk about students, now we're talking traditional and non-traditional, so those coming out of high school and also those that have been out of high school for a little while.
Right. So we do. There's a lot of scholarships out there for that traditional high school senior graduating and moving on to the next adventure in their life, which is college, whether it's community college or university or vocational trade school. Okay. We have a lot of scholarships for that vocational trade school, because going to a typical college is not for everybody. And boy, do we need those specific skills.
Yes.
And then we have the non-traditional student, the student who may have gone into the military after high school, not straight into college. The student who might have started and said, you know what, I'm not ready for college yet, and then made the decision 5-10 years later to go into school then. We've got some wonderful scholarships for that non-traditional student.
Excellent. And the non-traditional can be any age?
The non-traditional can be any age as long as they are not going from high school straight into college.
Then that turns them into non-traditional. Yeah, because certain people go, oh, I'm going to take 2 years and go work here or go do that or whatever, and then boom, you're non-traditional. And to get in, and of course the cost of college is quite daunting.
The cost of college is daunting. Speaking as a parent of a freshman, and we did a lot of research last year, and for her to go into a university was going to cost her a minimum $25,000 a year. She made the decision to stay at Yavapai College, and through scholarships, she's paying only for her books. So the savings on that, literally we are saving $20,000+ a year for her to get her associate's degree first.
Right.
It's amazing. College student loan debt just continues to grow. And for some of those students, it's insurmountable. They never pay it off. Or they're in their 60s by the time they get that student loan paid off. There is money out there. There is scholarship money out there just waiting for somebody to apply for it. ACF, the Arizona Community Foundation, we are the largest private scholarship provider outside of the state universities in the state of Arizona. We have over 100 scholarships that we give out across the state. The easiest, and it's the easiest one to do. It's one online application, and through the requirements of those scholarships, you're filtered out to any of those hundreds that you meet their requirements for.
That's fantastic.
I know.
Great.
Think
the
about
website,
it.
yeah, totally. azfoundation.org. So you're going to go there, azfoundation.org. All the information there you could possibly need, of course, as well as the events happening on December 3rd and 4th. We've got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Countywide, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
How I define making In the broadest possible terms, it is making something extant in the world that didn't exist. Everybody who's ever made anything is bringing something into fruition for a reason, and that act in and of itself makes us stewards of our culture. It's something that we're talking about. It's a response. Actually, it's telling a story. That's really what it is. And I include everything that could be made: painting, sculpture, welding, all of that.
Yellow is positive.
When a kid gets their hands on the world and learns that they can make their fantasy play, that they can make their reality, that's power. And as far as I'm concerned, everyone should feel that kind of power. There we go. If there's something that interests you to bring into the world, that's fantastic. Go figure out how to do it. Go tell your own story. There it is. And so I want to know why you make. Let's go.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
And welcome back to Countywide. I'm Jen Cohen. We're sitting here with Lisa Sahady. She is the Regional Philanthropic Advisor for the Arizona Community Foundation of Yavapai County.
It's a mouthful.
We're talking about the Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Nights. There's one happening in Prescott on December 3rd. There's one happening at the Verde Valley campus in Clarkdale on December 4th, 5 to 6:30 each one of those.
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to be given away.
There is. You know, I was talking about ACF being the largest provider. We will have a representative from our scholarship team there to talk people through our application. Last year, I'm so proud of this. Last year, through ACF only, $140,000 was awarded to Yavapai County students.
Wow.
And that number can grow only if people apply to us and apply for our scholarships. I'm so thrilled, though. I'm thrilled by that. As a statewide agency, we give out over $3 million in scholarship funds a year.
Wow.
And that number will continue to grow because our funds will continue to grow. I'm so proud of that. I'm proud that we can get that money to our Yavapai County students. And again, all students, not what you think of as your traditional senior in high school coming out. It's all students. Just so very proud of that. You know, one of the things is also to think about is we hammer as parents, oh, we have a junior now. Okay, we got to start thinking about, college. Oh, you're a senior. There's money. But really, it's that freshman, sophomore who knows they're going to go to college. They know they're going to go to college. They need to come. They need to see the requirements because so many scholarship providers want to know, what community service have you done? What is your commitment to the community? We have several scholarships that are teacher recommendations, but the students don't know about them. And so they can learn how to be advocates for themselves, going to a teacher that they have a great relationship, saying, I know I qualify for this, but I have to have a teacher recommendation. Will you do that for me?
Right.
Students need to understand the type of letters of recommendation that are needed. And I have to tell you, because we work closely with the high schools, and those teachers they're amazing. Do not get me wrong, those teachers are amazing, but they are asked to do so much.
Yeah.
And then the students coming to them going, I need a letter of recommendation, and the teacher doesn't want to say no.
Right.
And so knowing that ahead of time, for those students, knowing okay, so I'm going to need at least one teacher recommendation, I'm going to need at least one letter of recommendation from a community member, then they can start early in their senior year to get those instead of, oh, it's January and this, and teachers are being asked for so much. So I think it's really important for that freshman or really that sophomore in high school, come to the event, see what's out there for them. And I'll tell you, every year this event grows. It grows with the number of providers that we have. When we started in the Quad Cities area, I think we had maybe 20 providers. Maybe. We're almost 40 this year.
Wow.
In Verde Valley, we started with 12 or 14, and we'll have over 20 this year.
Wow.
The word is getting out with our providers as well as with our students. We have last year we had well over 300 students and families come through with both events.
Wow.
Last year.
Wow. And was there still money left to be given away at the end of the event?
Yeah, actually there was a little bit, but it's less and less. Each year we see less and less of that, and our providers are pleasantly overwhelmed with the number of applications that they're receiving.
Nice.
Because for a lot of these providers, they come into our event because they've struggled to get applicants. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy that there's free money
You're right.
and they're struggling to get applicants, and they come into our event and they're like, oh, these are going to be some hard decisions we have to make, but it's a wonderful position to be in for a scholarship provider, that you have to make a decision on who you're going to give your money to.
Right. Yeah, that's great. So we want to give them lots of hard decisions to make. So
We do.
Everybody wants to attend. That's awesome. If you are, a freshman or a sophomore, a great thing to go. Parents, great thing to go. Get educated on what's going to be needed. Don't wait till the last minute. It's so much harder. And then you won't have all those extra little goody things that make you shine in that pile of all the people who are coming in and looking for the scholarships. And of course, same thing if you're a non-traditional student and you're thinking, I think I might want to go back to college next year.
Absolutely.
It's great to attend this event.
It is great to attend this event. We have a darling donor, I love her, who went back to college in her 20s. She's now in her 80s, so, a few years ago. And there was no scholarship money for her. She struggled to get through school because there wasn't any aid for her. And now that she has success in her life and wants to give back, she created a scholarship for that non-traditional student who's returning. And this is a county-wide scholarship. She actually awarded a scholarship to a Verde Valley resident last year, and she was thrilled to do it. Her face when she is reading through scholarships and making her decisions is pure joy, that she knows she's making a difference for a student.
Very nice. Yeah, I bet that feels really good. Your job makes you feel really good. Everyone giving the money and the scholarships feels really good. I bet you everybody's happy.
Everybody is happy, And unfortunately, it is a competition for the students, and not every student will be awarded. But I think that's a valuable lesson for life too.
That's true.
But it teaches them perseverance and a dedication to themselves of, this is what I want, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And so, the money's out there.
Yes.
And within our booklet, I know I mentioned our booklet before, but within our booklet, there's also some resources for free scholarship searches. A student should never have to pay for a scholarship search. Free scholarship searches to see where you qualify. And again, it's out there. From silly, there's some silly stuff of talking about, there's the dairy farmer's mustache scholarship, milk mustache, taking a picture, video, whatever, being creative to, what's your spirit animal?
All right.
Scholarship,
Oh my God.
It's like,
wow, we've come a long way in scholarships.
It's just amazing because there's those scholarships for those academics who are like,
yes,
my grades. And then there's those scholarships for those creative, free spirits who can just really go wild with their applications. Again, when we say there are scholarships for every student, we truly mean every student.
Every type, every age, every stage in life. Check out the azfoundation.org. Lots of information. Links to the free scholarship searches on azfoundation.org.
We will have it on our webpage, which is when you go to the azfoundation.org, click Give Where You Live, Yavapai County.
Okay. There you go. That information will be there for you, azfoundation.org. We're talking with Lisa Sahady, and we'll be right back with more Countywide, so don't go away.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
only you can prevent wildfires.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Jen Hohen. We're talking with Lisa Sahady. She is the Regional Philanthropic Advisor for the Arizona Community Foundation of Yavapai County. We've been talking about the Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Night. One is happening in Prescott on December 3rd. The second one is happening at the Verde Valley campus in Clarkdale on December 4th. Both are from 5 to 6:30. Hundreds of thousands of free money.
Yes.
For both traditional and non-traditional students. Check out azfoundation.org. Or if you really need to talk to a human, 928-583-7815. 583-7815. Number to call. Get more information straight out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, one of the questions that comes up is, you know, for a provider of like, well, how do you get them there? How do you get so many providers to come in? And it truly started with our own scholarship funds that we hold at the Yavapai County office. We have several local donors that have funds with us, and we get to partner with them on their selection process. I say we, but really it's my regional director, Carol Chamberlain, who partners with those fund holders on the selection process. And then we started looking out, and we're like, we know there's other scholarship providers in the area, and we started making phone calls saying, hey, we're doing a Cash for College. Do you want to be a part of that? And as the event started to grow, we now have providers calling us, going, we really want to be a part of your event. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. It's a wonderful process. And this year, I had providers contacting me in August going, when is it? Mm. We want to get it on our calendars.
Wow.
They're so excited about this event. But it's a lot of phone calls from us going, hey, we'd love to have you there. That's what we did. We have the major universities there to specifically only discuss their scholarships. They cannot discuss financial aid. They can only discuss the scholarship money they have for students attending their college. But we wanted them there. We wanted students to see that if your dream is to be a Sun Devil or your dream is to be a Wildcat, there's money there for you to fulfill that dream, and that it's not all about student loans. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, if you're a local provider or you are someone with a desire to give back in the form of a scholarship, we can help you out. Mm-hmm. We can do that for you. And like I was talking about, you know, our little 80-something-year-old, give you that joy of helping someone fulfill their dreams of an education. Mm-hmm. Because truly that's what this event is about. We truly believe anyone who has the desire for an education deserves that dream, but not going into debt to get it.
Right. That is so big,
it
especially
is.
Right now.
It's huge. And again, whether that is they're going to community college, a university, or they're going into vocational trade school, does not matter. Mm-hmm. You deserve to have that dream fulfilled and not go into debt to get it.
Absolutely. And the Arizona Community Foundation is on its way to helping you with that.
Yes.
My gosh, for great. The Cash for College Scholarship Awareness Night. Thank you for creating this event and making it grow every year.
It is
for
our
the hundreds
pleasure.
of thousands of dollars provided to the Yavapai County students, both traditional and non-traditional, through this event. Now, this is a yearly event, so if you for some reason miss this one, you can catch the next one.
Right. It is an annual event.
Available.
Information is always available. You can give me a call at the number that's provided, and I'll get that information to you if for some reason you cannot attend our event.
There you go. So if you want to give her a call, 928-583-7815. Lisa Sahady, she'll be there to answer all your questions. Of course, you can go to azfoundation.org, get all your questions answered that way. Tons of great information there. If you want to go to the events, so the Yavapai College Gymnasium on Sheldon Street in Prescott, Monday, December 3rd from 5 to 6:30, or go to the Yavapai College Verde Valley campus in Clarkdale on December 4th from 5 to 6:30. Pull the kids out. Don't wear your pajamas. Drag everybody down there. Even if it's just fact-finding, you want to be there.
Yes.
Lisa, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's just been great.
That's awesome. Thanks for the work you do. That's all the time we have for Countywide. We'll see you again next time.